Hello traders, and welcome to another brand new exciting video for the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a simple trend line strategy that you can use to be profitable in the binary options market, in the forex market, and whatever market it is that you are trading. So if you are yet to have a strategy that works, do it to watch the entire video so you don't miss out. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you this simple trend line strategy. I'm going to be showing you how to draw the trend line correctly and how to enter a trade in this type of with this type of strategy. I'm just gonna go deep into this. I'm not gonna waste your time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first thing you are going to need to do if you want to trade this type of strategy. The first thing is to try to identify the trend. Now I'm going to use this market as an example. Now looking at this trend, you can see that obviously this is a downtrend because we are having lower lows and lower lows, and we are also having highs that are lower than the previous highs. For example, you can see this is a low. This low is lower than this one. This low is also lower than this one, and these are also lower lows. So this is a downtrend. Now again, the first thing we are going to do if we are going to trade this strategy is to try to draw a trend line. If we are having a downtrend, we are going to try to draw a trend line on the resistance levels. Now, what is a resistance level? Resistance levels are the areas where sellers tends to be more powerful in the market. Now, if the price is falling down in favor of the sellers, these resistance levels are usually the strongest levels. So those are the potential levels that you can trade if you are having a downtrend. Now, support level, on the other hand, are the areas or the price levels in the market where the buyers tends to be more stronger. So in support levels, you cannot place a sell trade. It is very risky to place a sell trade in a support level, and it is also very risky to take a buy trade in the resistance levels. Now, example of a resistance level is over here. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line and I'm going to put it here. So you can see that these areas are resistance areas. Now, these are the areas that the sellers became more powerful, because you see each time the price hits this level, the sellers will come in and then it falls down in their favor. It happened over here, the same thing happened, and you can see that the resistance levels are the areas where the sellers are more likely to push the price in their favor. Now, the support levels, on the other hand, is just opposite of the resistance. It is the areas where the buyers tends to be more powerful. Now you can see here is a support. Each time the price comes here, the buyers are more powerful. They steps in and they push the price in their favor. You see what also happened here, the same thing happened. So these are the difference between a support line and a resistance line. So if we're having a downtrend and we are going to trade in the favor of the sellers, the first thing to do is to draw a resistance or trend line, so that we can know each time the price gets to this resistance trend line, we can say yes, soon the sellers may take charge of the price. So we are going to get a trend line and we are going to apply it on this level. Now, what makes a trend line a valid trend line, I'm going to tell you in this video. A trend line is said to be a valid trend line if it can be respected at least 2 or more times in the market. Now you can see that this is a valid trend line. The reason is this: we are able to connect 3 points of the market. Most times it's even 2. If you can connect 2 valid points of the price of the market, that trend line tends to be, for me, it's a valid trend line. Now you can see that I was able to connect this area of the market to this area, to these areas, and also we are able to connect here as well. And you can see also that we're able to connect here as well. But let's say we meet the price around this level of the market. Let's say we met the price somewhere around here. We came here and the price was here. the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the trend line connecting these areas of the price. Now the next thing is to wait for the price to retrace back to the trend line. Now the reason why we are going to use this trend line is just so that we can know when the price, when the sellers tends to be a little bit powerful, because you see that if we have when the price hits this level, the sellers push the price all the way down, then the buyers will be coming. When the buyer steps in, these are the retracement phases, these are the corrective phases, these are the phases where the price decides to rest. The price will rest when the buyers come in for a little portion of the time, because if we're having a downtrend, the buyers are very weak, they are not powerful at all. So when the price runs in favor of the sellers, the buyers will step in for a little time and the price will go back in their favor in the little time of the market. So let's say we met the price at this level. At this level, we are going to wait for the buyers to step in for a little while, and then we are going to have something like this. You see, we are going to have something like this. Like I always say, the retracement phases, we are having a downtrend, are going to be a minor uptrend on the opposite of the trend. So we are having a downtrend, the retracement phases are going to be the minor uptrend. This is the short period of time that the buyers will step in to push the market in their favor. These are the retracement phases. So now that we have the retracement phase, right now, the next thing we are going to do is to draw another trend line on the retracement phase, and this time we are going to draw a support trend line. Now we are not trading in favor of the buyers, so we are not using the trend line to place a trade. We are only going to place a trade if we have a breakout from the trend line on the support level on the minor trend that we're having, which I refer to as retracement. Now I'm going to pick another trend line and I'm going to apply it on this support level, connecting at least 2 points of the market. Now I'm going to connect it like this. Now you may be asking, if the price falls down and then the buyer steps in, why have I not placed my trade, or why am I not placing my trade on the trend line which I have on the overall trend? Now some traders may tend to place that trade if they have the price reach this trend line on the overall trend, which it works, but I don't do this. The reason is this: I don't have any confirmation yet if the price is going to respect this trend line. Now you are going to have multiple confirmations, like those people who trade forex. They don't enter that trade when the price hits this level or the level of the overall trend. Most times you are going to wait for more confirmation. Now I'm going to show you example. Let's move. You can see that over here the price broke this resistance trend line. So you can see most times it can break it, it may not respect it. It may mean that the price wouldn't want to go down anymore. It may decide to change, because if the trend falls down in a downtrend like this, it's not going to continue to be a downtrend. There are going to be times when the trend is going to be over and then it will change to an uptrend. Now you don't know when that will happen, so placing a trade over here with just this simple confirmation is a very risky move. So we are going to look for more confirmations before we can place a trade in this type of market condition. Now the other confirmation we are going to need is when we are now going to draw a support trend line on the lower scale. You can see like I have here. Now if the price comes all the way up to the resistance trend line on a downtrend and the price respect, it's a good thing. Now you are going to wait to see if the price begins to fall down, which is also a good thing. But if you have a support trend line like this and the price breaks this support trend line, it is the confirmation you need to enter a trade in this type of market condition, because it is already a sign that this level is unable to break. And since this support trend line has broken, it is a sign that the price should at least come down to create a new low. So this is a strategy that you can practice on the demo to master and then start to implement it on the live account. So if you look around on the chart, you will see that these type of patterns are repeating themselves almost all the time. And this is how to trade them each time you have this type of trading opportunities. So this is how to trade this simple trend line support, this simple trend line strategy. The first thing to do is to draw a trend line on the resistance level, and then you are going to spot out the retracement phase. And then what you will do is to draw a support trend line on the retracement phase, which is the minor trend in opposite of the original trend. And the next thing to do is to wait for a breakout from the support trend line that you have drawn. It works perfectly, especially if the trend line on the overall trend has been tested and then the price comes down to break the support trend line on the minor uptrend. So this is everything about this setup. This is how to trade them if you find them. So if you find any value in this video, do well to give this video a like, just so this video can reach out to more people like you who may be interested in content like this. If you're here to subscribe to our channel, then do well to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out in any of our live trading sessions. If you're interested in seeing some of our live trades, they are all over here on the channel, so you can tour around to see how we trade, so you can also learn and apply the same when you decide to trade. So I'm going to call this a wrap. This is be all with this video, and I hope you've learned something and you can apply the same when you decide to trade. So on this note, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you again next time. But till then, keep trading, keep working hard, and have a good day.